classes had undergone great changes as their number had swelled and their influence had increased. Their already well developed consciousness of their own importance had deepened, more critical than they had been in the past of certain aspect of aristocratic life. They were also more concerned with the plight of the poor and of the importance of their own values of sobriety, thrift, handwork, pity, and respectability as example of ideal behavior for the guidance of the lower orders. Above all, they were respectable. There were divergences of opinion as to what exactly was respectable and what was not. There were nevertheless certain conventions which were universally recognized. Wild and drunkard behavior was certainly not respectable, nor were godlessness or overt promiscuity, nor an ill ordered home life, unconventional manners, self indulgences, or flamboyant clothes and personal adornment. Points for precise accounted, polite, difficult, or precise. Okay, blind points for precise. Description of the middle class of the 19th century, 19th class as separable and connectivity due to right of birth and family. Professional only the member of the society. Knew its position and values, their number increased and developed their own society. Also worked on the condition of the poor and set a role model of sincerity, hard work, dedication, and honor for others. Okay, the second passage is make a preface of the following passage and suggest a suitable title. It was not from want of perceiving the beauty of external natural, but from the different way of perceiving it, that the early Greeks did not turn their genius to portray, either in color or in poetry, the outlines, the hues and contrast of all fair valleys and bold cliffs and golden noons and rosy lawns which their beautiful country affords in lavish abundance. Primitive people never so far as I know enjoy what is called the picturesque in nature. Wild forests, beetling cliffs, reaches of alpine snow, or with them great hindrances to human intercourse and difficulties in the way of agriculture. They are furthermore the homes of the enemies of mankind, of the eagle, the wolf, or the tiger, and are most dangerous in time of earthquake or tempest. Hence, the grand and striking feature of nature are, are at first looked up with fear and dislike. I do not suppose the Greeks different in the respect from other people, except that the frequent occurrence of mountains and forests made agriculture particularly difficult and intercourse scanty, thus increasing their dislike for the apparently reckless waste in nature. We have even in Homer a similar feeling as regards the sea that provided the source of all their wealth and condition of the most of their greatness. Before they had learned all this, they called it the unmistakable sea and looked up